We're talking with Bill Fioravanti, who is the Executive Director of the Orange County Industrial Development Agency. Bill, could you explain to the audience the rationale behind financial incentive packages that are given out to companies that qualify? We're asking this now in particular because of Senator James Skoufis's concern about the latest one, the Royal Wine Corporation. So take it away. Fill us in on this, please.
Sure. Thank you, Hank. Just in general, I'll respond to the process, because I know a lot of people have asked how we come about incentives, projects we decide to incentivize. But the IDA, first of all, the IDA has a uniform tax exemption policy, or UTEP as we call it. All IDAs must have those, and they adhere to those. That's what spells out what types of projects, different categories and characteristics, get what types of incentives. And our UTEP, which was by the prior IDA administration in Orange County, and they amended it in 2019, it particularly emphasizes manufacturing, because manufacturing, they tend to be more sustainable jobs, higher paying jobs, they require more skills. So they wanted to emphasize that, and in our UTEP, any manufacturer, especially in food and beverage, is a great sector for us, that applies for incentives could be eligible for a 15-year pilot. Of course, the board has to decide whether or not they think it's worthy of that. And what are our metrics? It's not one-dimensional, I can tell you that. We have to look at a wide array of ways to assess the value of a project. Construction jobs, both direct and indirect. Permanent jobs that will remain, and what are the value and types of those jobs? What do they pay? How sustainable is that employment? And the company themselves, in addition to other factors. And in this case, with Royal Wine being in question, it is a tremendous company. I could not be happier to land them. By the way, they're coming from New Jersey. I think there's been some misunderstanding as to, if they're coming from within the state. They have a very small location in Marlborough in Ulster County, but most of the jobs we're winning from New Jersey, 2 locations in New Jersey, including Bayonne. And I did tour that facility, and this is an 8th-generation family-owned company. The first generation fled the Holocaust and came to the U.S., started this company with great pride. They've passed it on. I personally met scores of employees who've worked there for decades. Their turnover is half the industry average because of the way they treat their employees. So we're getting another quality employer in an important sector for us, food and beverage, which, again, is sustainable. It's going to be around for generations. Those are the jobs we want, and a great company in that, a great partner. So they received what our outlined benefits, our UTEP, excuse me, they will receive what our UTEP clearly outlines in terms of a 15-year pilot, and they are eligible for sales tax exemption on building materials and furniture and fixtures and equipment. That's saving to 8.125% sales tax in Orange County. And they also save on a mortgage recording tax, 1.05% of the principal. Those are standard benefits that IDAs all around the state offer, and of course we do as part of our UTEP. That is what the county, I would say, is giving up. Those taxes that, by the way, if the project doesn't happen, these aren't taxes that someone else is paying. They don't exist, this revenue. It's on land that is generating about $50,000 a year in property tax revenue now. And when this pilot's done, it will be over $4 million a year. And over the term of the pilot, the 15-year phase-in of their property taxes, Royal Wine will be paying over $25 million in property taxes. In addition to payroll tax, et cetera, et cetera.
And the property taxes go to the municipality, is that correct?
Yes, property taxes go to the local municipality, in this case the village of Goshen, as well as to the county. And to, of course, the local school district. So it's valuable. And no one's being shortchanged. No one else is shouldering the load of that. If this project doesn't happen, again, those new taxes don't exist. So no one is paying them. But they will increase with this project. They will increase through the life of the pilot. And again, when it expires, after they pay over $25 million in property taxes through the pilot, they'll be assessed by the municipality. We estimate, in working with the Orange County Real Property Department, that those taxes, again, in year 16, when the pilot ends, will be more than $4 million that goes, again, to the local municipality, to the school district, to the county. In addition to the jobs and the spin-off, the economic impact that's created by that, that's something that really can't be overstated. We look at all of that, again, the value of the jobs, the value of the company, the impact, how it fits into our corridor in that regard. on Route 17M. We'll have Amy's Kitchen there, Milmar Foods, now Royal Wine. That's really a burgeoning cluster in, again, a sustainable, tradable sector that we want to continue to double down on. Food and beverage has been fantastic for us, and this is another great win in that same category.
Now, I think it was Chairman Torelli who mentioned that this could be the start of a new marketing sector, the wine industry for manufacturing.
No question. That's certainly the approach that we, our economic development team, and that's many of us, of course, in Orange County, not just the IDA, the Orange County Partnership, the County Executive's Office, and his Economic Development Director. We're on the same page about that. We identify sectors that we think, again, have sustainability. I know it's a buzzword, but it's important. This is a global economy that's changing so rapidly. We have to be able to see what sectors can we look ahead that are going to be around, that are going to have viable jobs. Again, sectors like food and beverage, healthcare, pharmaceutical, e-commerce fulfillment. We have those sectors. We even have a cluster of corrugated box manufacturers. In today's world, with, again, e-commerce and such, how important is that? We have a number of firms in that area. So we look very clearly at sector analysis and what do we want to put our resources in? Where do we want to apply our incentives, which we know we have the IDA, the Orange County IDA, is well aware, and this board is, of the power that's granted to them by the state, how important it is, and how it must be used properly. So although people may want to try and cast us as abusing these powers, that's absolutely not what's happening. We are very careful about what incentives we allocate to what types of sectors, and specifically on a case-by-case basis, what types of and what level of incentives go to which projects that come before us. And again, Royal Wine Company, Kedem, the second largest grapefruit manufacturer, grapefruit juice manufacturer in the country, Kedem, this is an incredibly valuable project that I think we're going to reap the benefits of for years to come.